Let's see who we got. The orchestrated hit of Birdman's artist BTY Youngin killed in his hometown, New Orleans. Yeah, BTY, he was up next for sure. He had it, man. He had it. The gangster shit. Everybody else was fucking him from New Orleans to outside. And Bird was about to sign him, and then nigga just couldn't stay outside. He couldn't stay out in New Orleans, man. I used to see dude all the time. Nigga used to be like by Shamrock, just the little clothing store next to Shamrock. I forgot the name of it, but it was a little clothing store. He used to always be in, I think Damon's or some shit like that. He used to always be in that bitch like every day. So you just know where to find him. Same gas stations every day. Like, nigga moves was too predictable. You know what I'm saying? You know who he had. Then I think when he had the beef, he was at the gas station that told a nigga to come pull up. Yeah, man. Nigga pulled up. Nigga be dropping a low. Nigga like dropped the low and you dropped the low for real. I think I just said that in another video. Like, I would never, I ain't never that gangster, you hear me? I would drop a nigga exactly my address and da-da-da-da, and if I do, bitch, it's an ambush, you know what I'm saying? But let's see what happened, what they talking
Desmond
about.
Jerome was gunned down last night as he went to secure a deal for an upcoming concert. Jerome was fatally shot at 11:15 Saturday night at this gas station in the 9200 block of Airline Highway.
Out the 17th.
He was just messed up at this house.
P-Town. I'm from Holly Grove.
It was late on Saturday night, April 29th, 2017, as Desmond Jerome, better known as BTY Youngin, was back in his city, New Orleans. The street of Holly Grove were familiar, but they weren't always friendly.
That's a fact.
That night, the 27-year-old...
It's a little calm right now because everybody who used to touch shit up, they in jail. They either in jail or dead right now from Holly Grove or moved. That's why that was the first thing I wanted to do was just move out the hood. I'm like, man, I've been in the hood my whole life. Let me go over there and stay with the, you know what I'm saying, the other people, you hear me? Let me go to the little nice areas and shit.
Rapper made his way to a Shell gas station on the 9200 block of Airline Highway. He wasn't just stopping for fuel.
Some niggas just like
According
to be in the
to
hood
close friends
all day,
and his publicist, BTY was picking up a payment from an upcoming concert. The kind of hustle he was finally getting used to. He planned to hit the studio right after. Just an hour earlier, he had spoken with his mother. She said he sounded normal, upbeat. He was excited about the future. In just a few days, he was scheduled to meet with a lawyer to finalize a record deal with Birdman's Rich Gang. His momentum had never been higher.
Okay, what was the last time you talked to him?
That's his mom?
Maybe an hour before that.
What are you talking about?
Damn, nigga said an hour before that.
You know, he had just got off the phone with the lawyers. They had finally came to an agreement for him to leave because he was going to leave that. So he would have been left to do the paperwork, but they was going back and forth, making sure the paperwork was right so he could sign with cash money. So he was going to leave that too.
So he was smart about it. Nigga had a lawyer. Nigga didn't just accept anything. Nigga didn't accept the first thing Bird offered. Like, you know, Bird probably offered some bullshit, but he said it was going back and forth trying to get the contract right. So you don't see too many street niggas, especially young street niggas from New Orleans who really own their business and trying to make sure the business is right. But I think that's only because niggas heard about Bird. You know what I'm saying? You heard so much shit about Bird and then the Wayne and the shooting at the tour. Did that happen yet? I don't think all that happened yet. It probably did. But you heard all the shit that was going on with Bird, Wayne, Cash Money, and all this. It's been happening for years. So he just was like, fuck, I signed with you, but I'm going to make sure that paperwork right. That's for sure.
To go sign his paperwork.
But just after 11:15 p.m., everything stopped.
PM?
Multiple rounds were fired. Fast. Close. The kind of gunfire that didn't leave much room for survival. Witnesses heard it echo through the neighborhood, but no one saw enough to give police a useful lead. The shooter got away before the sirens ever reached the scene. BTY Youngin was hit several times, and he passed away on the pavement outside the gas station.
Surprised he had no gun on.
First responders found him unresponsive. There was no sign of a burglary. His mother had raced to the gas station that night after getting the call. She saw her son's body with her own eyes.
And KJ called me, he was like, "Ma, young shot." But of course he so so hysterical.
Damn, she looked just like that boy when you look at
what?
her.
He was like, young
They
shot.
look just alike.
Where y'all at? Where y'all at? And then the phone hung up, but immediately me and my daughter ran out the door. Don't even know what direction we going in. We just hopped on the interstate, and so that's when at that particular time I'm calling him and KJ calling me back. I'm like, what's going on? He was like, he landed on the ground, but I think he. I'm like, where are you guys at? Where y'all at? And that's when he told me that was on by the gas station. And
you used to be at that gas station.
And I see my baby just laying lifeless body just laying there on the ground.
BTY Young
is crazy in New Orleans. A body will lay there for so long before police, coroners, ambulance, before anybody come. That body gonna be there for a few hours, and people just gonna be walking over it, taking pictures like it's normal. I mean, they had a body at the park in the third wall what that was around for, you know, the little park that's up there with everybody ain't gonna know, but if you're in New Orleans you'll know. But yeah, man, when dude got killed, nigga body was there for hours. I mean, people playing basketball around it, come walk up, take a picture, go back to playing basketball. Like, it's crazy. I'm like, bro, that bitch was there for at least more than 3, 4, 5 hours. Like, crazy shit.
Farewell service took place in New Orleans in early May. Friends, family, fellow rappers, and fans showed up in force. The turnout was massive. Videos from that day show a white-clad, second line dancing through the neighborhood, a traditional New Orleans send-off, full of music and grief. News of BTY Youngin's passing spread fast.
Hold on, y'all.
By morning.
Yo. How much it was? Cause the one on whatchamacallit is like $75. Oh yeah. Nah, I think I seen another cheaper one for like 45, but it's too late now. So I just had to run with what I got. It'll be cool. I think I got enough. Oh, I went with performance anyway, so. And I didn't even know that. I thought y'all had got it all squared away. I just decided to go with performance just cause I ain't need the chicken, so I said I could get the other stuff from performance. But my bad.
It was all over local headlines.
Friends say he was on the verge of big things.
I never was a materialistic individual.
once he started making money off of
That
music,
shit made me want to
you
go
know,
back
that's all
and
his
listen.
focus
Look
is
at
on.
Mina.
Young Juvie said that
Juvie.
his passing hurt the city for real.
Yeah, I ain't know he was signed to Mr. Mina until I started hearing Mina talk about it on No Rap Cap. Then I was like, well, I ain't know that boy was signed to Mina.
BTY. That was, I don't know, that hurt the city for real, you feel me?
Others echoed that sentiment. OG Bobby Black said he had just spoken to BTY 2 days before the shooting. They talked about the streets, about slowing down, about staying out of the way.
You know what I'm saying? But basically, right before this happened to him, I had just talked to him. You know what I'm saying? You dig, this is about the streets and, you know what I'm saying, about, you know, survival and, you know, just encouraging him, you know what I'm saying, as an OG, like, you know, any OG will do. You know, and I was just talking to him 2 days before he got, you know what I'm saying? And it's like,
I think I had just
another
seen
soul
that
that was
boy
gone,
like 2
you know?
days before he got killed. That's
She
why I was
Money,
surprised.
a close friend and fellow artist,
I remember her.
said she couldn't eat or sleep the day after it happened.
With him or whatever, he came out to the fuck. He just was a cool dude. When I got that call, Ray Bix called my phone at 11:28. I think that he got killed at like 11:18 or they announced the shit. I don't. And when Ray Bix told me, he was like, "Man, you talk to Young?" I'm like, "No, I ain't talked to him. I had talked to him yesterday. I was supposed to call him. So we had just talked. He got killed saying Friday we stayed on FaceTime for like 10 minutes. We'll talk every day, just running about, getting money, clothes, just like getting money."
Yeah.
Rollo said, every call I got came from at Birdman 5-star was good except this one. BTY's mother gave the most visible public statement. She told reporters that her son loved kids, that he gave back to his neighborhood whenever he could. One of the last things he did before he passed away was rent out an entire trampoline park for children on New Year's Eve. According to those around him, that was just the type of man he was.
They say Jerome would use his newfound fame to try and help others.
And I use Youngin as a guy to kind of tell people that he had been through some tough things and he was getting past that.
New Year's Eve this year, he shut down Sector 6 and paid for all the kids in there.
Friends say Jerome was picking up a check last night for an upcoming concert and was then heading to the studio when an assailant struck him down.
BTY Youngin grew up in Hollygrove, also known as Pigeon Town, a West Car neighborhood in New Orleans.
That's not Pigeon Town. That was
not long after Hurricane Katrina, a teenager in New Orleans.
Information. That's Hollygrove, and that was
not long after Hurricane Katrina, a teenage Desmonte Jerome evacuated with his family to Houston, Texas. It was there, during his teenage years, he almost lost his life. During a freestyle rap battle in Houston, BTY pulled out a...
And it really used to be like this. It really, you could really beat a nigga in rap battling so bad, nigga want to fight, dog. Nigga want to fight or nigga want to shoot you. And that's what happened. He beat a nigga in a rap battle. Nigga shot him.
Gun
some shit.
As part of his performance. Something he said was part of his flow. Not meant to threaten. But the gesture was misunderstood.
With a partner, you hear me? A nigga who he know, you hear me? He was like, nigga still ain't know to this day why nigga shot him. And I think nigga had finally talked about it, but yeah, nigga shot him and ain't know that it was something he said in the rap that made dude felt like he was about to rob him or do him something, and he just shot him.
A friend of his opponent reacted quickly, and BTY was shot 5 times at point-blank range.
Damn, I don't remember it being 5 times.
Years later,
That's crazy.
BTY told the story in a Say Cheese TV interview, recalling the moment in vivid detail.
Wrong place, wrong time, you know what I'm saying? I'm blessed though, I'm here to tell that story, you know what I'm saying?
5 shots, that nigga like 50.
So including your mom, like, who was you at?
Yeah, small bitty nigga, so
I was in Texas, really. There was after Katrina, right after the storm. I was in Texas, but you know, we had our own section, like, you know, New Orleans when we evacuated out there. But
nice rolling on.
Still wild though. It just was. We was even wilder, like coming from New Orleans. Katrina hit, all kind of on niggas' mind. Niggas done lost all kind of and lost people, and you know.
He said it hurt. Of course it hurt. But what shocked him more was the reality of how fast it happened.
When I was in the 9th grade, I had got shot 5 times.
Damn, nigga, see, it was in the
I got
9th grade,
hit 5 times from my mama, so I just was like,
yeah, I was in the streets tough in the 9th grade
like,
too, so I can understand
you know
that. I wasn't getting shot at all the time.
Okay, so let's talk about that whole day. Like,
selling weed, crack, running the streets, skipping school.
You know the environment, like, you know how it is coming up, like I said, it's New Orleans, so you know what I'm saying, what's going on.
A man who was present that day, a rapper who went by Tito, later confirmed the story, explaining that his partner shot BTY after seeing the gun raised during the battle. BTY never retaliated. In fact, he later said he held no ill will and that forgiveness, or at least silence, was part of the code. The silence earned him respect.
So your mom, she was standing there?
Right there. Mom's right there. Crying.
Like her reaction?
She crying. I hear mom's hollering, oh, my baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? Real talk, but I pulled through like a G. I ain't never panicked now one time. Like, I'm laying right there. Hit me up on the ground 5 times, like point blank range. I dropped on the ground like to play like I'm dead on some shit. Like, you know, trying to make this nigga get off me or whatever, but I guess once I was out of shots and he ran.
Back in New Orleans, Youngin embraced a tough street reputation. He had a lengthy arrest record, beginning as a teenager and continued through his early 20s. Public reports describe a series of dope and firearm charges, as well as at least 2 high-profile incidents involving violent offenses.
Our partners at NOLA.com, the Times-Picayune report Jerome had a history of arrests, including an attempted second-degree murder 4 years ago.
In 2008, when BTY was still a teenager, he was arrested in connection with a double homicide. 2 men, both from Pigeontown area, were shot and hit in broad daylight. BTY was arrested for the hits and held in jail for 60 days, but the charges were eventually dropped due to insufficient evidence. No eyewitnesses came forward, and police lacked the physical evidence to move forward with prosecution. In 2011, BTY was again arrested, this time charged with second-degree attempted homicide. Details of that incident were never made fully public, but records show that in 2013, he accepted a plea deal, reducing the charge to aggravated battery. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison, but was released early on good behavior.
I was on the convicted felon with a firearm and attempt charge. I got sentenced to 5 years, 85% of that. I was supposed to do 4.5. I got in the good time program, knocked off a year, so I did 3.5.
He was still on probation from a separate dope conviction when his music career began to take off with the Feed Up series. According to one friend, the name itself sparked tension. A fellow rapper named Lil G, who had once been locked up with BTY, accused him of stealing the mixtape title. BTY shrugged it off and kept moving. His next tape, Second Feed Up, only gained more attention. He wasn't worried about the online buzz. He was selling hard copies from his trunk, sometimes post online buzz. He was selling hard copies from his trunk, sometimes posting up outside stores in the neighborhood, daring his rivals to step to him. But behind the rise was in the neighborhood.
What the fuck is that? The gravity laser song. This must be a Metairie.
Daring his rivals to step to him. But behind the rise was a slow building pressure. BTY was from Pigeontown, a small but notoriously violent corner of New Orleans, 17th Ward.
Believe that.
Locally, it was known as Zone K, one of the most heavily surveilled and war-torn parts of the city. By the time BTY started releasing music, internal beefs with Pigeontown were already spiraling out of control.
Was that Birdman?
BTY had enemies, some across town, but many with his own neighborhood. One of the most infamous stories involved an alleged act of arson after Katrina. the burning of a local elder's house on Hickory Street. Street gossip claimed BTY and associates were behind it, a targeted move in a neighborhood feud. An elderly woman named Miss Retta was beloved. If true, it turned the community even more against him.
City though, like moms was always scared for a nigga. Moms would be like, before I lose you to the streets, somebody need to kick me in. It's like just anything, like she just, always wanted the best for me, but
still lost to the
streets suck a nigga in, you know what I'm saying?
Even as he featured on Juvenile's 2009 album, Cocky and Confident, BTY couldn't fully separate his music from the violence surrounding it. He made enemies fast, and unlike other artists who moved away, he stayed in the city. He stayed visible.
Damn, Wayne must be short.
And as the stakes got higher, so did the tension. In some ways, his rap career deepened the danger. The more attention he got, the more resentment grew from people who felt like BTY was shining too bright. Or worse, speaking too loudly. Every bar was a risk. Every post was a signal. And every success, a threat to someone else's pride.
I used to hate that.
By late 2016, BTY was on fire locally.
That chain alone made me
he had just been named Breakthrough Artist of the Year at the NOLA Music Awards, and his name was circulating beyond the city.
But his friends say with a 2-month-old boy and a promising career, the 27-year-old was turning things around.
I remember going to the house one day and he just showed me a box of money he's saving for his kid.
He was building a future, and everybody around him knew it.
In fact, 6 months ago, Jerome was named Breakthrough Artist of the Year at the NOLA Music Awards.
He was being looked at by several major labels.
That's when Birdman stepped in. For many rappers coming out of New Orleans, Birdman was the top of the food chain. He was a kingmaker. So when BTY Youngin caught his attention, it meant everything. The two were seen publicly in an Instagram video, riding together in a Bugatti. In another video, BTY walked into an Audi dealership, tossed a stack of cash on the counter, and said, "Where the keys at?"
You keep the chain. You can have the bag too. Yeah, keep everything. Racks and racks. I keep it. That's you. Racks on racks on racks. That's what we do. Where the keys at? BTY.
He started using the Rich Gang name, flashing the crew's signature colors, and appearing in more videos with Birdman, throwing up gang signs and shouting out cash money. Rumor is that he had been scheduled to meet with the lawyer about finalizing the deal just days after his passing. The Birdman cosign changed how people looked at BTY and how the streets looked at him too. For supporters, it was validation, a local kid making it all the way up.
In the streets, sometimes when people are trying to, get themselves in a better position, some people don't like to see that.
But for his rivals, it was something else. Now, BTY wasn't just another rapper from the ward. He was connected, visible, and threatening to outshine them all. Some even said the Rich Gang cosign made him reckless. He was louder, flashier, and more confident than ever. His mother believed that success and the visibility that came with it is what ultimately got him hit. Jealousy is behind it, she told the press, because of his success as a rapper. But after the hit, something strange happened. Birdman wiped his Instagram clean. Every post that featured BTY, gone. Every clip of them together, every show of support, deleted without explanation. Speculation ran wild. But there's no official evidence he had anything to do with what happened to BTY Youngin. Daryl Bannister Jr. was the first person publicly identified in the case. According to the police, a cell phone left at the Shell gas station where BTY was gunned down became the key piece of evidence. Bannister's fingerprints were found on the device, and investigators issued a warrant for his arrest. Days later, Kyron D. Williams was also taken into custody and charged for the hit. At first, the case seemed solid. Bannister had a long record. and rumors had already tied his name to previous conflicts in the city. Police believe the phone placed him at the scene, and they hoped it would be enough to build a case. But almost immediately, problems started to surface. Bannister claimed the phone wasn't his, or at least wasn't in his possession at the time of the hit. He said it had been stolen earlier, a claim police couldn't easily disprove. To complicate things further, DNA tests showed a second person's DNA on the phone, and that DNA did not belong to Bannister. It raised questions about whether he had actually been present during the shooting, or if someone else had used his phone to throw off the investigation. Despite the shaky evidence, prosecutors moved forward. In September 2017, both Bannister and Williams were officially indicted for the hit. Bail was set at $1 million each.
I didn't know they had caught the
For a
nigga
moment,
who,
it looked like the case would go to trial. But behind police couldn't easily, and rumors had already tied his name to previous conflicts in the city. Daryl Bannister Jr. was the first person publicly identified in the case. According to the police, a cell phone left at the Shell gas station where Instagram clean. Every post that featured BTY, gone. Every clip of them together, every show of support, deleted cool? Without explanation. Got him hit. Outshined them all. Some even said the rich gang cosign made him reckless. He was louder, flashier, and more confident than ever. His mother believed that success and the visibility that came with it is what ultimately got him hit. Jealousy is behind it, she told the press, because of his success as a rapper. But after the hit, something strange happened. Birdman wiped his Instagram clean. Every post that featured BTY, gone.
He just ain't want
every clip of them together.
All. Like Bird, a smart nigga. Like when it come to street shit, and he like fuck one artist dying who ain't even my artist yet. It's like fucking. You know, it happens to him all the time.
Every show of support, deleted without explanation. Speculation ran wild. But there's no official evidence he had anything to do with what happened to BTY Youngin. Daryl Bannister Jr. was the first person publicly identified in the case. According to the police, a cell phone left at the Shell gas station where BTY was gunned down became the key piece of evidence. Bannister's fingerprints were found on the device, and investigators issued a warrant for his arrest. Days later, Kyron D. Williams was also taken into custody and charged for the hit. At first, the case seemed solid. Bannister had a long record, and rumors had already tied his name to previous conflicts in the city. Police believed the phone placed him at the scene, and they hoped it would be enough to build a case. But almost immediately, problems started to surface. Bannister claimed the phone wasn't his, or at least wasn't in his possession at the time of the hit. He said it had been stolen earlier, a claim police couldn't easily disprove. To complicate things further, DNA tests showed a second person's DNA on the phone, and that DNA did not belong to Bannister. It raised questions about whether he had actually been present during the shooting, or if someone else had used his phone to throw off the investigation. Despite the shaky evidence, prosecutors moved forward. In September 2017, both Bannister and Williams were officially indicted for the hit. Bail was set at $1 million each. For a moment, it looked like the case would go to trial. But behind the scenes, the case was already starting to fall apart. Witnesses stopped cooperating. Some had never been willing to speak at all. Others gave conflicting statements or refused to testify. And without physical evidence to clearly tie either man to the shooting, the prosecution lost confidence. On February 23, 2018, just 10 months after BTY's hit, the charges were dropped. The Orleans Parish District Attorney's Office issued a statement citing a lack of evidence and declining to move forward. Both men were released. Since then, the case has remained cold. Neither Bannister nor Williams were ever recharged. No new suspects have been named. Police say the investigation is still open, but there have been no public updates in years.
Yeah, like I said, I heard it's deeper than that, but if the niggas ain't get caught, the niggas still out there. It ain't my place to say what it is and what it ain't. So we just gonna leave it at that, man. Just was a good story to watch, but man, that was he definitely was up next. He was a good dude, man. Shit, man, when you get that money and you get that opportunity, sometimes you gotta get the fuck, man. I know I said when I get money, I wasn't gonna leave the hood. When I got that money, I was gone. I gotta get the fuck, man. Go live life in Atlanta somewhere, LA, Miami, you know what I'm saying? New Orleans ain't up the place to be with money. I don't know how Currency doing it. And Juvenile, man, the fresh. So they got a couple people out here, but they heavily respected, so niggas don't really fuck with them, you know what I'm saying? But a street nigga with money, and you, or a stunner, should I say, like, cause like BTY was flexing and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So he want to come through the hood in a Bentley and this, that, and the third, and man, you gotta make sure that bitch bulletproof. So that's what I said. As soon as I get big money, that's the first. I want a bulletproof Benz or bulletproof whatever. That bitch gotta be bulletproof. But anyway, man, that was a good one, man. Y'all want to talk about it? Put it in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Don't do it for the boy, just do it for the boy, just do it for the boy, do it